This is Keeper, the latest insanity from Double Fine. Lately on my channel, I've been playing games on my own first before presenting them to you, but in this case, I kind of wanted to be surprised by whatever goes on in this game right along with you. So let's hit play and see what happens. So, can I control the game now? Yes, it looks like I can. Note, this is a 6-limbed animal. Where are we? Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to lean. Looks like I'm damaging myself. Okay, okay, I've got control. Whoa, 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 careful. All right, baby steps. So, is this being forced for comedy or am I bad at the game? I can't tell. Whoa, okay, I'm trying to lean against, like whenever he's leaning too far in one direction, I'm trying to resist it to see if I can keep from falling down. Am I making a difference? It does feel like he's reacting. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh hey, how do I deal with that? It looks like I'm getting a preview of future levels here. I just turned down the music because I was worried that it might be drowning things out. It's great, great music though. It's definitely conveying a mood. Okay. I feel like I'm going the right direction, but going into camera is kind of discombobulating. Okay, so should I keep going into camera, or should I aim at these tendrils in the distance? It feels like they turned the camera around on purpose to, like, convey to me I'm supposed to go another way. But I'm... Okay, I can't go any further than that in that direction. It does look like... Okay, there's a road. I think it's interesting that they're treating walking like it really is sort of like leaning in a direction and catching yourself, which it is. That's what walking is. It's leaning in a direction and catching yourself. But I've never felt it as much as I do now. Oh, wait, I've just come back to... This is where I started. Okay, so... Was that all right? No, there's ocean between me and these tendrils. Okay. So is it really my job to just walk into camera? I'm supposed to walk into camera. How odd. What an odd thing to ask me to do. I mean, at the beginning it made sense, but... Because they kind of want you to see your own face, you know? You want to see this light, and how they're kind of making this character expressive. Despite the fact that it's an enormous lighthouse. How long am I going to be going this direction? I guess that's what the road is for? Okay. If I keep following the road... I think part of my problem was I got off the road at first. Hello, bird friend. Oh, I can control the light? Oh. So I set look inversion to be true because I thought I'd be controlling a camera. I'm controlling the lantern. And that doesn't map the same way as a camera for me. I think I gotta fix that. Okay. It's weird how your brain will just map different things in different ways. Like, I didn't decide that that's how my brain was gonna work. That I was gonna be a look inverter and that it wouldn't apply to something like this lantern. Okay, so now the camera's turned around. I think maybe I just... Once they did that camera cut... What is this? Okay, it's giving me some snail energy, but I think it might have murdered some snails, actually, and stolen their shells. What is this world? I'm kind of getting some like Shadow of the Colossus vibes with just a little bit more whimsy. Oh, look, the camera's gonna go through a big loop. Oh, that was cool. I'm betting these guys made themselves some really sweet scripted camera tools. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I can make stuff bloom. Does that work over here? Oh, okay, so there's got to be a flower already there. What about over here? These guys? Not the teal guys, but we do get purple stuff. So yeah, I used to work with scripted cameras like this. And it takes some really good tools work to make them easy to use. And I'm kind of jealous. Like, I'm betting Double Fine spent some time making these cameras. If you're gonna send a camera through a loop like that, somebody put a lot of time and effort into making that possible. And I'm betting they've got amazing tools that I wish I could use. Oh, look at that animation. Oh my gosh. If Dan Floyd hasn't played this yet, he should. I've got eyebrows. So wait, this is a... Is this a space portal or a time portal? Wait, is it... Are they faking me going to a new landscape at a new time? Just by... But if I back up a little bit, I can see that actually, no, I'm not... The portal doesn't change anything? Or... I can't tell what the intention here is. I think this is the equivalent of doing a practical in-camera special effect? Oh... Okay. No. Okay, so this was an illusion that portal created for me to show me something I don't understand. Okay. I thought maybe they were trying to say I was going through a portal to, like, a different landscape, but they just made that landscape appear on the other side of the doorway. But no, it just, that portal did something to the terrain. Yeah, so I can aim my light around. Oh, bioluminescence. Oh, I can center the lamp with RB. Okay. I wonder why I have a bird friend. By the way, it's no longer having me... Whoa. Well, maybe I need to take that back. It's no longer having me fall down. Part of me was wondering if this was going to be like baby steps, where like... Ooh, purple stuff. Where you are... constantly at risk of falling down, and the challenge of the game is to avoid falling down. But no, you actually do get the hang of movement. And the falling down was, I think, either scripted, or it's just they did something extra to your character control early on. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Oh, no. I fell down into purple land. Wow. So I should just... I want people to appreciate how difficult it is to make a camera like this work well. Like, because it's really easy to take this for granted, to be like, oh yeah, the camera follows me. No. In a game where you've got like full control over the camera, yeah, the camera follows you and follows certain rules and responds to your input. But here, the camera isn't responding directly to your input at all. The camera is responding to the position of the character. And so what's hard about that is, how do you track where the character is? Like, it sounds like, oh yeah, well, you know, as the character moves through the world, the camera moves with the character. But you have to define what with the character means and what moving through the world means mathematically. Like, you have to figure out, how do I decide when the character has moved in a direction that moves the camera and when they haven't? Like, for instance, like if I move in to the camera or out from the camera, it doesn't move very much at all. It moves a tiny bit, right? But it moves dramatically as I go from left to right. But then left to right changes, and now I'm moving forward, and now the camera follows me when I'm going this way, and it doesn't follow me, and then it rotates to follow me as I move left to right, but it's not tracking to follow me. So what I always had as my tools when I was making games like this, what was that? Weird. Was like, we would draw a spline on the ground, like a curving, looping mathematical line on the ground. And basically, and then the game would draw a tangent, or it would draw like a perpendicular line from the character to the spline, to the nearest point on the spline where it could do that. And so there would be like an invisible line drawn down the path that you expect the character to go. And the path can be wide, but if I'm moving back and forth, all it's doing is just finding the point on the spline that my character is closest to if you drop a line. Like, if you draw a line, how do I explain this? You could draw a line from the character to the spline so that it has so that it intersects at a right angle. You do a bunch of math to find that line, and then that finds the point on the spline where the character is. And then you've got another spline that the camera's on. And the camera basically has an analogy where it's like, okay, whenever the character is here on the character tracking spline, put the camera here on the camera spline. And then you've also got rules for how the camera looks at the character. Like, when I'm moving back and forth, like, the spline is probably going in and out of the camera right now. But I'm walking back and forth, and the camera is, here it's rotating to follow me. Oh, it's tracking too. Oh, this is freaking complicated, but I love it. So it's keeping me in frame, but it's keeping me framed in a pleasing way. So the path of the camera is scripted. It's following my character using a bunch of scripted rules and like markup put into the level. But it's also got rules for framing my character. It's like, it looks like it's always trying to put the lantern in the center of the frame, but it's got some slop. Like, it follows a little bit slowly and smoothly. But yeah, but it's always trying to put my lantern in the center, approximately, but then I think it's got other constraints that it follows. Yeah, right here I'm slightly off-center. What are its rules? I'm betting it's got like multiple layers of rules that it's following that are all sort of averaged with each other to like get the final position. Sorry, just like, as a former level designer in games like this, like, I'm impressed by how smooth this camera's movement is. So far, it has only moved extremely smoothly. It's kept my character in frame. It hasn't done any wild corrections. It hasn't had any like stuttery movement. It hasn't swung really fast because I did an unpredictable movement. It hasn't done anything strange. It feels like the way that it would feel if you had a cameraman with a Steadicam following this character and you just told them, hey, make a pleasing cinematic game. Get a good shot of the character at all times. But because I'm in control of the character, they had to create basically a big rigged up machine with a bunch of rules that could do the job of that cameraman. And this kind of stuff, this is fun. This is fun to work on. I mean, it can get tedious after a while. You're getting through all the details. But just planning this out, planning out how the level is going to be shaped and how the camera is going to interact with it. Look at this. Okay. How does it handle me trying to push the camera through an object? It looks like they set some constraints on the camera so it can get almost to the geometry, but not quite. Yeah, no, they're just steering it around all these obstacles. Oh, and look, they're raising it here. What happens if I back up? See, if I back up, it retreats. So the camera's spline rises up as my character passes that threshold. It either switches to a different higher spline. It's kind of a quick movement. So it could be changing splines, or it could just have a really fast part of its spline up there. Oh, look. Hey, my first obstacle. Yeah, I've been free to just sit here and blather about, like, level design tools, because so far the game hasn't been asking me for very much. Okay, so when I shine the light on this, it lights up. Is there any button that I can press? Oh, no, I just had to get real close. Oh, I've got a special magic light. Alright. Okay, I actually tried to hold RT earlier, and it didn't do anything. I had to wait till I got right up to that obstacle. Probably would have set that trigger a little further back. Because I started trying to... I mean, I could tell I was obstructed long before I got there. And I started trying stuff before I got to it. Here we got another one. Oh, we got little purple guys. I assume they're also going to be affected by my light? Oh wait, what? What was that? What was that? Send Twig. Twig must be my bird? What did that do? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I'm sitting here trying to clip with something, and now, wow. Somebody really took their time making this game slick. What are you? Oh, cool. They let me discover that. They didn't tell me how to do that. I just... Yeah, it looks like they're giving me explicit tutorials when there's a new button I have to press that I wouldn't otherwise know about. But otherwise, they're letting me just poke around and discover the world. Hey, guys. What are you doing? Okay. So I'm trying to smash through this, and it's not doing anything. Can I send Twig? No? And that's not doing anything. Okay. Well, what are my other options? Okay, so I've backtracked. Can I get into this? Yes. I wonder if that was just a vista I was supposed to enjoy, but it wasn't tied to progression. I'm not really sure what I meant to be doing, actually. Okay, we got purple stuff. Okay, I kind of expected this to affect the purple stuff, but it doesn't. Okay, it looks like I want to go this way. Is the purple stuff friend or foe? It's giving me foe vibes, but... Oh, wait, there's a... Oh, there's another path down here. Okay, so... This is probably one of the biggest challenges that the level designers faced here. Was the fact that... Oh, look at this. I think they chose the right camera system for this game, because you're controlling this enormous character, right? And they've got this very intricately put together world. It's much easier if you can, you know, reliably see it from certain angles. So they're making the game easier and better in a lot of ways by doing it this way, but it also makes it difficult to find the elements of a puzzle sometimes. Like, if you ever have to backtrack into the camera when the camera's following you, that's going to be a rough time. By the way, they're handling the about faces really nicely. Let me tell you what's going on here. So, let me head down this way. So I did a switch right here. I should... Okay, so I'm going to point my character up here. Now, I'm still pushing forward, but the character keeps going the same way they were going. Because, think about it, if they didn't do something special to manage that, as soon as the camera flipped, your character would also flip. Like, if you're pushing forward, your character would immediately start going forward here, and then cut the camera again. And so you could actually get... I've seen games do this while they were in development, just be flipping back and forth between two camera perspectives really fast as your character is going back and forth across the trigger that reverses the camera. And so what you need to do is two things. Number one, you want the trigger for changing the camera to have a margin to it, so that, like, you know, the line that I cross to switch to here is a little further away going that direction than the trigger going this direction. Like, the two of them shouldn't just be a line, it should be two lines that are overlapping with each other. So there isn't just one line for you to go back and forth across. But then, even more importantly, they need to basically read the orientation of your pressing of the stick. They've got to keep reading it relative to the world. So, like, I'm moving this, let's call this direction northeast. I'm moving northeast by pushing the thumbstick in this direction. They need to keep reading that thumbstick direction as northeast until I make a big enough change to the stick. And then once I've made a change of more than, like, I don't know, 30 degrees or something to the stick, then it says, the player is correcting now for the new perspective, and so now we need to start reading their input accurately, instead of analogizing it to their old perspective. Uh-oh, we went to jail. I like that I express myself with rusty hinge noises. Hey, get out of here, purple stuff. My opposition to purple stuff makes me want to name my lighthouse Sunny D. Focus. Oh, hello. Okay, he's cleared an obstacle for me. Okay, so we're going to be looking into a lot of eyeballs. Wait, was this... That looked like it might be a path I could... Nope, it was not. Oh, but it's a flower. Or whatever. I don't know if you can call that a flower. It's a coral? A land coral? I like that my character can move while I'm doing this, but only slowly. I think that's the right call. You don't want the player to feel like everything you do freezes them in place. It makes them feel, I don't know, disempowered, I guess. Makes them feel trapped. You don't want the game mechanics to make the player feel trapped ever if you can help it. So let me keep moving, but they also slow me down because letting me just move around wildly while shining this would probably actually make it feel like, oh, I'm supposed to play that way, but it's really difficult and annoying. Okay, and this one, wait a minute, how do I... Oh, hey, Twig, get over there. Rip that stuff off. I feel like I'm draining the soul out of a gelfling whenever I do this. Oh, we're like forcing it to... Oh, this is like Clockwork Orange stuff. Forcing it to stare into my light. Oh. The big lantern in the sky is pleased with my progress. How do I... I'm just dashing all the time now. Wow. The fact that we missed that door jam, again, really impressive camera work. I wish it was easier to make people understand the effort that went into all of this stuff, the art and the artistry that it took just to make simple things work in this game. You just told me how to make my bird chirp? Okay, is my bird coming back? Hey, Twig, come here. I like there's always like incidental plant growing that I can do. Doesn't seem to accomplish anything. I am so far away from my goal. I'm suddenly wondering how long the game is. Landed perfectly, wow. So far, I don't feel like I've gotten out of the tutorial yet. Like, I'm not solving complex puzzles by putting together the things that I've learned. Maybe once or twice I've run into a situation where I need to do something slightly novel with something I already have. But mostly they're just teaching me brand new things. Brand new types of interactions that they have to prompt. So many weird little, like, unique touches. It took a lot of somebody's time. These little, like, walking rocks? What is this place? Yeah, there's a lot of, like, David Fincher in Panic Room type, like, camera shenanigans in this game where they're, like, kind of trying to impress us by, like, doing near misses with the camera. Shake? Okay. Yeah, so, like, is there going to be a point where I have to think of hitting X to shake or moving L to pull or something? Or are they always going to tell me which interaction I'm supposed to do? Because I could see making a game like this that isn't really about puzzles at all. That it's just about sort of the tactile experience of tromping through a world like this. Oh, he left a poo. Oh. Oh, hello. Had his head in the sand like an ostrich. And now I have a fruit. Oh, so many bespoke animations. Wait, there's two ways I can go? I'm gonna go right. Two paths diverged in the way. Okay, can I... I'm shining my light on stuff. Seems like I freaked out the rock guy. Yeah. It looks like there's like a seed trying to grow right here. But it looks like my light doesn't do anything. Can I can't like jump down or anything, can I? No. Okay. So this seems like a dead end. Or no, wait, I can still tromp this direction. Yeah, so this is the challenge of this type of camera system, is the fact that it is really easy for the attractive camera angle. Oh, he's hiding. Yeah, it's really easy for the attractive camera angle to hide essential information. Okay. So this is the point where we're out of the tutorial, where I'm supposed to use what I know about my powers in novel ways. To make something happen. Like, I had to figure out that those little rock guys were doing their little hunker down move when I shine my light on them, and then I had to time that move for when they were in the right place in the level. Just making sure I'm not... Oh, notice it. They're doing different things with the camera now that I've solved the puzzle. I don't think I can climb up this. Okay, so I guess I'm taking this fruit back to the treant, or whatever that thing was. The dryad, the... So yeah, but I gotta go into camera. I think it actually was important for them. Like I was surprised by it to the point where I actually backtracked a bunch during the beginning of the game. But, like, oh, this is his eyeball. But I think it actually was important that they had me move into camera as my very first move at the beginning, because I think they needed the player to get comfortable with that, because the game is going to demand it so much. There's so much like going someplace and backtracking with a scripted camera that tries to follow you into places and then lead you out. That's an uncomfortable thing to do unless you're told explicitly at the beginning of the game that that's what you're going to be doing. Okay. Oh, and then he lowers that because he needs his second eyeball. So let's go. I assume his other eyeball will be over here someplace. I will definitely break all the shells. Oh, what's going on here? Shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure why that had that effect. So we've grown something here? Okay. Is that the dinner bell? Okay, it's the dinner bell. And now... Okay, so the problem was that this guy was holding on to the seed we needed for a new eyeball, and so I had to first feed his friend to satiate him, and then come ring the dinner bell to feed the second guy, who would then relinquish his blue seed. That's elaborate. Like, that's like a Rube Goldberg machine that somebody set up. Like, I don't know how motivated that behavior is. Like, I'm having trouble imagining my character deciding, oh, I know how to get you another eyeball. I will go execute this plan that I have to get you another eyeball. Like, it's just, I'm going to go and interact with each thing that can be interacted with and assume that that will result in an eyeball. There's no planning whatsoever going on in this. I mean, I guess I am playing an inanimate object. So the fact that I couldn't possibly be planning, I don't know. Maybe that's actually character appropriate. Oh, I feel a little bit like I'm crawling into somebody's butt. Just a little bit. Okay, so now we're traveling through the colon. Removing blockages from the colon. Oh, we're gonna get the camera to go through something that I think they planned for this thing to be dissolved. How do they handle the camera going through it? Come here. Oh, look at that. Oh, geometry. So, okay, so this is one reason they're putting so much artistry into dodging the camera around things, because they don't have a solution for when things get too close to the camera. Sometimes, some games will do a thing where, like, the thing slowly fades out, sometimes with, like, a crosshatchy sort of, like, pixely gradient, so that it's gone by the time you intersect it, so you're never actually clipping. Like the clipping plane doesn't actually start bisecting the thing and showing you its internal workings. It does look like it's hard to stay on it. It's hard to stay halfway through. Oh, there we go. We got it. Yeah. So I think they intended for this thing to get smashed through, so that it wouldn't be there when you pass through it. And so, yeah, so they didn't have to come up with a technical solution for that situation, because most of the time the camera avoids intersecting with these things. But when you can force it to happen, yeah, there's kind of no solution to it. Luckily, I mean, these things are so thin and small, the camera passes through them real fast. You don't like, you have to be intentionally, like I was intentionally screwing around with it. You know, but to make it look weird, you kind of have to be intentionally doing what I was doing. That is not a knock on the game. I was just curious how it worked. Because it feels like they have, like, the fanciest tools. And so I'm curious where the edges are, what they spent time on and what they didn't. Okay, can I actually go into these places now? So I'm, like, dilating these big holes. Okay, so this one is an exit. Okay, they put some light on the ground, which made me think that that was important. This looks weirdly similar to the last thing like this I ran into. Wait, why does that look like stop motion? That is the first thing that's looked like that. What? Why? Notice the time conductor. The last of the Time Elders was not exempt from the... What? Wait, are you putting lore in the achievement? Are you putting lore messages in the achievement text? What a weird thing to do. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else I can do here. So I assumed this was the main route I needed to take, but now that seems optional. So where am I supposed to go? Oh wait. This is openable. Is this a way out? Oh, how does the camera... Yes. Oh, it's so low to the ground without intersecting the ground. Nice work, camera. Wait, this is an alternate route? Oh, another idol. Can I do anything with this one, or is it just neat? The twig lights it. I think that's just neat. I'm revealing all these, like, oven dial faces. Oh. Okay, so did I do enough? Like, is just opening that eye what I needed to do? No? Or do I need to... Maybe I need to find a crank for the other gears. Okay, I've got two directions I can go, right? I'm going to go the less obvious direction first. So, I don't know, are these matching up? Okay, there's something over on the left, but... Oh, wait, is there... Okay, for a second I thought I was seeing something that the bird could grab, but no. However, there is something over here. Ah, it's a bird. Get it. Is that handle going to break off afterwards? Yup. Oh, the handle's going to dangle from me. That's cool. You know, they've turned the camera around. Help me find where I was going. I wonder what scale they used for this world. Like, how many meters tall is this lighthouse? Is it 2 meters tall? Is it human-sized? And just everything is built to sort of tiny scale? Or did they make it, you know, 80 meters tall or something? 80 is too high. I can't think in meters. All right. Probably thinking more like 20 meters tall. Okay. Oh, I've got... Oh, this is like a password or something, isn't it? Okay, hold on. Let's say that thing needs to be upright. But I've got another one of these things, but is there something out here? Let me just poke around real quick and see if there's something out here that tells me what the orientation of these things is supposed to be. I mean, I guess maybe I'm wasting my time. Maybe it doesn't really matter. And yeah, but looking over here, what does this room tell me, if anything? It's got the gear, okay, with no particular... Yeah, it looks like this thing is... That seal might have something on it, but it's hard to say what. Let's look in the other place. That's not the other place. That's a tiny hole. Okay, yeah, there is something on that. But they're not letting me orient the camera on it, so it can't be that important. Alright. Let's just presume that this wasn't important. And we'll try this. Okay, so it's like maybe I want to make the tree be right side up. Okay, only one of these is offering to have me wind it. So maybe I just haven't wound it enough? Okay. What am I missing? So could it be that... Okay, they've all got a yellow end, actually. Oh, they've all got a yellow end and there's 3 yellow markers. What if that's what I need to do? Except... I can only... send the bird to this one. Oh wait, no, I can switch. I can switch. I hadn't seen that option. Okay. There we go. Okay, that was my first real puzzle. Uh-oh. And with that, I think we're going to end our session. So that was the first hour or so of Keeper, and we got from early tutorial stuff where they were kind of showing us, you know, the ropes every step of the way, to the point where we were actually solving problems independently and trying to interpret things that we were seeing to understand what puzzles we were trying to solve. And it's an interesting approach to puzzles, the fact that basically they give you a set of tools that you can use, but then a big part of the puzzle is being able to sort of parse what's going on the screen, figure out that like the yellow points need to lead to the yellow notches on the dial and stuff like that, or recognizing that, oh, when I shine a light on these rock guys, they do a little belly flop, and if I do that in the right place, they'll break something. You know, like trying to like sort of just parse the world that you're in, find, you know, ways that you can interact with novel parts of the world in order to get them to do what you want. So it's a really interesting game so far. So I'll probably continue playing this on my own, but actually my favorite part of this though was just seeing the artistry of the camera, was seeing, you know, like, you know, remembering back to the earlier in my career when I used to make this kind of game. You know, just remembering all of the time and effort that goes into trying to make one of those cameras, both on the tools side where you're like building the sort of the math and the tooling and the sort of stuff that a level designer can lay out in the level to make it work, and then the artistry of the level designer actually trying to use it in clever ways so that the camera is always on target, doing what you need to do, but also keeping it artistic. That stuff is all really, really hard, and I hope that folks who play this game will sort of understand the artistry and the effort that goes into this stuff and how well it's being done here. Like this work with the camera, I think they consciously took on some difficult challenges here, like things like, you know, when the player needs to move into the camera, how hard that is to keep track of, how hard it is to show and keep track of paths in the environment when the camera isn't always able to just look at them whenever you want to. That is challenging, but so far I haven't gotten lost. Like, I think they're showing me just enough, and they're basically leaning on the artistry of those level designers who are planning out those camera moves. They're leaning on their artistry to show the player enough that the player can feel their way through it. And so far, it's worked. Like, I've bumped around a little bit, gotten, you know, stuck at some dead ends here and there, but only for like 10 seconds max, and I was always able to find my way through. So that's really well done, and the thing looked gorgeous the entire time, that's the trade-off you make. Like you can do a really utilitarian camera that always shows you exactly what you want, but number one, sometimes that is kind of unhelpful to the experience because it feels like you're being led by the nose a little bit too much. And also, a utilitarian camera is not always a cinematic camera. And so they've done a really great job of balancing all of those needs where the camera is always cinematic, mostly always on target, and also gives me just enough information that I can feel my way through the world. So this is really well done. I'm really impressed with this. So anyway, I'll put a link in the doobly-doo for if you want to check out the game yourself. And yeah, I guess that's the end of this. So there's my subscribe button. Here's links to some other videos, and I'll see you later.